Gripped by grief and loss of unfathomable scale, Gaza's death toll and the number of civilians wounded is rising with each and every airstrike. In the Al-Shate refugee camp, men dig with their bare hands, desperate to rescue loved ones from beneath the rubble of what once were their homes. Saad begins to list the names of the children killed in this latest strike. Among them, his niece. She was just a few months old. Now, she is one of more than 440 children Gaza's health ministry says has been killed by Israeli airstrikes so far. Israel says it is striking Hamas targets, but authorities here say medical facilities, schools, and residential areas have been impacted. Our neighbors said that the Israelis had called and told them to evacuate the area around our home, so we came to stay with relatives here in Al-Shate, Nabil says. But the next morning, when we woke up to pray at dawn, the airstrike happened. There was no warning. The densely populated Gaza Strip, which has been under an Israeli land, sea and air blockade since 2007, is home to more than 2 million people. Around 47% of them are children. So far, at least 340,000 people have been displaced within Gaza. Many are now forced to take shelter in UN-run schools like this one. But civilians here are also now facing what the Israeli government has described as a complete siege on Gaza.
Each of them before and won't be easy now. The Palestinian death toll, an unintended consequence of Israeli shelling and missile strikes, is climbing. Thursday, staunch ally the UN.
We were actually stopped because there was a small arms fire, an operation going on between militants and IDF on the other side. So we were waiting, and as we were waiting there, listening to the artillery in the distance, where that festival was a few miles.
A war zone as fighting between Israel and Hamas continues to escalate. The urgency for a safe exit is underscored by a rising American death toll. 27 Americans killed by Hamas, according to the White House. More than 1,200 in total have been killed in Israel. And in Gaza, where Hamas embeds with the civilian population, Israeli airstrikes are constant, and hundreds of innocents are feeling the punishment.
Israel's newly emerging front line in the war with Hamas. Heavy howitzers just dug in, firing on the terror group a few miles away in Gaza. Part of Israel's massive military build-up since Hamas's attacks Saturday. Many of the 300,000 reservists called up already deployed ahead of a highly anticipated ground offensive into Gaza.